Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Jack Nicholson has been seen for the first time in 18 months, hanging out on the balcony of his infamous Mullholland Drive compound in Beverly Hills. The three-time Oscar winner's disheveled appearance comes after multiple reports suggested the star's pals were concerned he would die alone, in a similar manner to his former next-door neighbor and fellow screen legend Marlon Brando. Nicholson, 85, is arguably La La Land's most famous bachelor. He was married for 4 years prior to making it in Hollywood. His most famous romance with Angelica Houston ended nearly 25 years ago. The shining star was last seen in October 2021 alongside his doppelganger son, Ray, sitting courtside watching his beloved Lakers. Ray, 31, is one of the few people that Nicholson keeps in contact with, according to reports. On Thursday, Nicholson was pictured enjoying the fresh air overlooking Franklin Canyon Reservoir. He wore a loose-fitting pale orange shirt and baggy sweatpants as he leaned up against a balcony railing on a crisp morning outing. Nicholson took turns sitting and standing while enjoying the Los Angeles morning. In video exclusively obtained by DailyMail.com, birds could be heard chirping while he tapped on the balcony railings. At one point, the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest star keenly observed a helicopter flying overhead. He's made it clear his home is his castle. But people just wish he'd come out of the house and pop up to tell them how, or at least reassure folks he's okay, an unnamed friend told Radar Online in January. Jack's in touch with certain relatives, especially Ray, his protege, who he's so proud of, but his socializing days are long gone, they added. His last on-screen appearance came in 2010's little-known How Do You Know, starring alongside Owen Wilson and Reese Witherspoon. The New Jersey native has dodged rumors for years that he's retired from acting as he is battling dementia and is unable to remember his lines. In January, his unnamed friend told Radar that while Nicholson was in good shape physically, his mind is gone. Shortly after those reports emerged, former Fox News host Bill O'Reilly said during an episode of his No Spin News broadcast that reports that Nicholson's mental health had diminished were bull. I visited Jack Nicholson a few months ago. I had a long conversation with him, and he follows the No Spin News very closely, and had all kinds of intelligent questions for me, O'Reilly said. I have been friends with him for decades. He is 85, okay. But he is more intellectually nimble than the President of the United States, the former Inside Edition host continued. Despite his confirmed bachelor status, Nicholson has fathered 6 children by 5 different women. Nicholson has been criticized for never acknowledging his paternity of his alleged daughter Tessa Gowron, who was born out of his brief affair with waitress Janine Gowron. In February, Tessa, an aspiring actress, published an essay in Newsweek titled "I'm Jack Nicholson's Daughter. I Wish People Could Call Me a Nepo Baby. Having grown up without my father, I've sat on the sidelines and watched in frustration, as other celebrity children have seamlessly secured roles or been signed to huge agencies," she wrote. More recently, I have grown even more frustrated at what I think is a missed opportunity for these so-called Nepo babies to own their position and embrace it, instead of complaining about it, Tessa continued. While in a separate interview with the Daily Beast, Tessa said that she was told from a young age not to tell people who her father was. She said that the actor is a complicated person, and that her birth was collateral damage. Nicholson's other children are Jennifer Nicholson, born in 1963 during his marriage to Sandra Knight, and a son, Caleb, born to his girlfriend Susan Anspich in 1970. In 1981, Danish model Winnie Hallman gave birth to his third child, Honey. His youngest children, Lorraine and Ray, were born to actress Rebecca Broussard. Nicholson had a somewhat controversial upbringing from the start after his mother, an unmarried showgirl named June Frances Nicholson, gave birth to the actor at age 18. Her parents decided to raise him as their own child, pretending that June was his sister. For nearly 4 decades, Jack believed that his mom was his sibling, until 1974, when Time magazine uncovered the truth and told him about its findings. While speaking to Patrick McGilligan for his biography, entitled Jack's Life, the shining star called it the most F-ked thing he had ever heard. He also said the discovery was dramatic, but added that it wasn't something he called traumatizing. The actor later told Rolling Stone, when asked about the shock revelation, "I was very impressed by their ability to keep the secret, if nothing else. It's done great things for me." June moved away from Jack, who grew up in Neptune City, New Jersey, when he was 4 to pursue her career as a showgirl. But when he was 17, he decided to move out to California to be with her, where he landed a secretary job for animation directors William Hanna and Joseph Barbera at the MGM Cartoon Studio. At the same time, he was also studying to be an actor, and he eventually landed his debut role in the 1958 teen drama The Crybaby Killer. After that, his career soon took off, and Nicholson went on to become one of the most well-known actors of all time, landing more than 70 roles in a slew of big movies and TV shows over his 50-year career. Some of his best-known acting credits include The King of Marvin Gardens, Anger Management, The Crossing Guard, The Pledge, The Little Shop of Horrors, The Witches of Eastwick, Hoffa, Mars.